guys, in today's video, I'm gonna rank the top 40 games in Roblox. And before we start the video, please leave a like and subscribe so that I can buy a new mic. Anyways, let's start the video. So first we have Shindo Life. Shindo Life is a pretty good game, but it's a copy of Blox Fruits, so it has to go to the C tier. Next up we have Break-In. Break-In is a creative game, but it didn't get any hype, so I'm gonna put this into the B tier. Next is Prison Life. Prison Life is a very fun game. It's also really liked in the Roblox community, so I'm gonna put this in the B tier too, but it will be above Break-In. At number 4 we have The Four is Lava. This game is one of my first played Roblox games, and I enjoy playing it back when I was a kid. I'm gonna put this in the B tier too. Next up is Barry's Prison Run. I'm gonna be honest, I never liked playing this brain rot game. This is Roblox games at its worst. T tier. Next up is Please Donate. The only thing I'm gonna say is that the creator of this game is rich now. Easily it's an A tier. Next up is Club Roblox. Seriously, what in the odor is this? Another D tier. Next up is Mad City. It's a fun action game which I still play today. B tier. Next up is The Hood. As you guys know, I live in the hood. Easily an A tier. So next up is Hide and Seek Extreme. Another classic game, so obviously S and B tier. So next up is Natural Disasters Survival. What can I say? Classic games are always fun. Another B tier, but above Hide and Seek Extreme. Next up is Tower Defense Simulator. It's a fun strategic game with neat animations and UI. A tier. Next up we have Rainbow Friends. This game has a cool concept with a creative story, and I like it. It deserves to be in the B tier and above Mad City. Next we have Berry Avenue RP. It's just Brookhaven, but better. It deserves to be in the D tier. So next up is Tower of Misery. It's just Tower of Hell but with checkpoints. Middle of the B tier. Next up is Build a Boat for Treasure. This game is one of the best building games in Roblox. Definitely an A tier. So next up is Blade Ball. This game has a unique concept about slapping balls. And your boy likes slapping balls. S tier. So next up is Evade. This game teaches you how to run away from predators. It's pretty useful, so I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Next up we have Toilet Tower Defense. I don't have anything to say. Straight up F tier game. Next up is Flee the Facility. It's a really intense and fun game. I used to play this game with my friends every single day. I'm gonna put this in the A tier below The Hood. Next up is Livetopia. Another Brookhaven, but better. T tier. Next up is Work at a Pizza Place. Classic Roblox games. You just work at a pizza place. It's a B-tier game with the other classic games. Next up is Doors. It's a high-quality horror game which has a unique concept. It deserves to be above the hood. Next up is Arsenal. It's a fast-paced shooter game with cool skins. A tier but below TDS. Next we have The Strongest Battlegrounds. It's a cool anime PvP game. A tier below the hood. Next up is Jailbreak. Jailbreak is the OG version of Mad City. D tier below Evade. Next up is All-Star TDS, just the anime version of TDS, C tier. Next up is Welcome to Bloxburg. It's a fun game where you can simulate life and RP, at the bottom of B tier. Next up is Pet Simulator X. It's a simulator game with pets. That's all you need to know. C tier. Next up is Bedwars. Your boy has been cranking in Bedwars since 1980s. S tier. Next up is Rivals. It's a fun game, and your boy grinds Rivals every single day. S tier. Next up is Royale High. It looks like a fashion game to me, so I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Next up is Piggy. It's a survival horror game. A tier. Next up is MM2. It's another survival game with a sheriff. B tier. Next up is City. It's the game for having wrecks in Roblox. Next up is Tower of Hell. It's a parkour game with no checkpoints. B tier. Next up is Blox Fruits. It's an anime combat game which I play with my friends every day. S tier. Next up is Adopt Me. It's an RP game where you have to tame your pet. T tier. Next up is...
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass